Juliet Alpha November.
Alrighty, guys. Good morning.
Shares of
So,
Gen 1 spiking sharply
first thing,
on that
unemployment
headline.
numbers were higher than expected. Continued claims were higher than expected. We're expecting 1.3 million jobless claims. We have 1.5 million and 200,000 more than expected. Let me see. What are you guys saying? Everything good? Okay. Continued claims, they were expecting 19.8 million, came in at 20.54. You know, obviously people are going to be staying on unemployment if they're getting more unemployment than they do at their work, you know. So that I could see happening, but these
601
200,000
now
higher,
on Jan
I was a
1
little worried
JAN.
about that. Over to the left here, those of you that are on Zoom with us, you could see Diamond. It did have a nice retracement there in the pre-market hours once those numbers came out right here at 8:30. We climbed since then, so it's anyone's guess what we're going to do here on open and if we're going to climb or drop for the day. We are going to be looking for some day trade setups today and slow down on the swing trades here as the market remains volatile. We're coming back to the NTZ. When we retrace back down to between those 10, 20, 50 SMAs, that's the best time for volatility in the market and day trading. So we'll probably be day trading today, tomorrow, and we'll be looking for swing trades once we either get across below or across above for either breakout momentum or breakdown. So let's take a look here, see what's moving here in the pre-market. Amazon's up $10 here, $26.50. Let's see. Chipotle. The newsletters here in the trade room as well. Here it is right here for you guys to take a look at. Kroger earnings. We could take a look at Kroger today. There's actually some unusual option activity on that yesterday I was reading through, so I want to take a look at that. There was actually about a $2 million buy that caught my attention on that yesterday. So let's take a look at Kroger today. About a minute until opening bell here. We're going to give the markets about 10 minutes and go from there. Let's see, Snapchat. Snapchat's down 1 penny here, pre-market. Tesla's up $12, 1.23%. Banks are taking a pretty decent hit today, down about 1.5%. Delta Airlines, the reason why the airlines are down today, Delta just came out this morning and announced 10 of their employees on the front line for Delta Airlines that are interacting with customers died. So the airlines are pulling back sharply on that news. Delta didn't release like if they were flight attendants or pilots. They kept that confidential, but they said 10 have died from COVID-19. Let's see here. Markets are open. Let's see what we're going to do here for the first couple of minutes. Let's change this to a minute chart on Diamond. And you guys over here on YouTube, I'll change this screen. I have 6 screens here, so there's different screens for those of you that are on Zoom compared to the YouTube channel that's live right now. All right, here we go. Diamond's climbing here. First candle. Over here is the pre-market hours here, that shaded area. Let's see if we're going to start a big breakdown here or not. Q's getting a little climb there. Diamond's continuing to pull back.
CARV, Carver, Bancorp moving here. Charlie Alpha Romeo Victor.
Nice climb on the Q's. Let's put Q's over here.
JBLU announcing 30 new routes launch mint at Newark. New routes will support revenue recovery and leisure markets showing strength in current environment. That's JBLU, JetBlue.
I'm down $400 here.
CLDR, Charlie Lima Delta Romeo, Cloudera. July $15 call sweep on CLDR.
Q's are continuing to climb higher there. Still trading between those SMAs on Qs here. That's what we're watching for. Once we start to get that crossover, we could look to trade with the trade plan here. I'm watching the watch list up above. NVIDIA just turned green. I'm going to put NVIDIA on the chart above, which you guys can't
Shares
see.
of Cloudera spiking here now, seeing multiple sweeps and CLDR. Charlie Lima Delta Romeo. Cloudera hitting 1321. The $15 July call sweeps in Cloudera. Spiking here now on volume, CLDR. Again, another sweep, July 15 on Cloudera.
NVIDIA is holding above that 370. Above that 10 on a minute. Diamond not doing too much. Qs are looking nice. I like the activity here on Qs, so that's probably means we're going to be looking at some tech plays for some day trades coming up here. Let me put the video over here instead of Diamond.
Now the weekly 13.5 sweep now on Cloudera.
Cloudera. NVIDIA is holding that 10 really well here. It's up $1.36.35%. This is probably one I'm going to be looking to day trade. Let me bring up the option chain. This is something you get two nice candles like we had over here, or two nice candles like this. That's going to be a quick 20-25% or so. Probably put 2,500 to 5,000.
COHN, Cohen and Company halted again this morning. Charlie Oscar Hotel, November 875, COHN.
Let's add the delta to the option chain.
Continued sweeps in Cloudera, CLDR. Dow down 0.8% after the open. S&P down 0.5%. VBI Vaccines, the weekly $2.50 call sweep now in VBIV, Victor Bravo India Victor.
Watch the Qs here, guys. We're waiting for those Qs to give us the signals. The LQs are trading between NTZ, between the SMAs here. So waiting for that to happen, and if we get that breakout on Qs, NVIDIA is going to have that run, and I'm going to jump in NVIDIA for a day trade. So that's if Qs go our favor.
AFH, Atlas Financial getting another pop here now. Alpha Foxtrot Hotel. Share is moving again now on volume, AFH.
UPS is starting to climb here as well. UPS is at the highs of the day right now and starting to turn green. UPS just turned green, 107.05. That's a trade that we're in for this week's expo. Our snap trade is now up 8%. Starting to see things turn around here a little bit. That Nova stock on my watch list, that's been continuing to climb each day here, up 2, 3, 4% each day.
FAMI, Farmy, moving here on heavy volume after their early press release on a repeat order. Share is now at $1.23, had $1.88 in the pre-market on FAMI, Foxtrot Alpha Michael India.
So what I'm focusing on now is Q's, Diamond, Tesla, Nvidia, and UPS up above here. Those are the charts I'm
CLDR,
watching.
Cloudera, more call activity in CLDR. WRTC, Whiskey Romeo Tango Charlie. Wrap Technologies had a press release out earlier, now at 890. WRTC company earlier reporting new international purchase orders. That's WRTC hit a high of 905 in the pre-market, now at 891, up about 6% on WRTC.
LT said if we took profits on UPS yesterday, what could we get back in with this week? This week, if you wanted to jump in UPS, chart still looks great. I'd actually go, if you're looking for a new trade on UPS, I'd go with the June 26th. Let's see here. I'd probably pick up the 110 call. There goes UPS, 107.39. Big green candle there on UPS. Let me put that one up over here. UPS is having a nice run there. 107.47. 107.50. So what I'd be looking for there, LT, is the 110 strike call for next week's expo. That's a great trade idea. If you guys wanted to get in that, I'd get in it. Look at the 3-month daily chart here, and you can see it's holding that 10 today. It's having that nice green candle, even though the markets are down right now about 224 points. Nasdaq's down about 16, S&P's down 15. So UPS is still holding strong, continuing to climb on these down days. I like UPS, and I'd reiterate a buy on that for next week or going out as far as the July monthly expo there. Tesla came right down to that 10 right here.
Protagonist Therapeutics, Papa Tango Golf X-Ray,
You know, like I'd love to trade that with the trade plan. It's easy, you know,
1827.
I don't know what it is. Tesla just worries me there a bit.
Company last night announcing hepcidin, Namenta PG300 received FDA
if you wanted to get into
drug
Tesla, you could
designation.
be
That's
looking
Papa
at
Tango Golf X-Ray PTGX.
You could be looking at a target of around 1028. You know, markets are turning around here, guys. We're getting a nice climb on the Diamond ETF. UPS is still on the run. UPS is now up 67 cents, or is 0.66% for the day. Big climb on the Diamond ETF. Take a look at this, guys. Nice climb. First candle is starting to trade above the 10. Now what you're watching for, that MACD starting to come up. That'll be one confirmation. Let's see, Dow's only down 168 now. Nasdaq's actually turned green. It's up 2 points. UPS is still on the climb, up 70 cents. Let's see, let me look at the other ones here. Snapchat, that trade we got yesterday is now up 12%, up 300 on that overall. That BioC, if you guys remember, I picked up 1,000 shares of that BioC. I got a green on that. Not sure if I want to sell it or not. Take a look at that in a bit. UPS. I'd like to see UPS break 108.86. If she breaks that 108.86, I'm going to be doing another trade on it, getting to that next target resistance of around 110.50. So UPS is looking good for day trades. Also, if you're looking for a swing trade, you're not in that yet. UPS is looking great, holding up at that 10, still on the climb right now. As you guys can see over here, let's put that up. Nvidia is starting to climb here as well. Nvidia is usually good for a quick 5-point run here. So day trade on this is usually pretty decent, up to 371. There goes Diamond. Markets are on the climb. There's that MACD cross. And we have finally a flattening here of the curve, and we're starting to climb on the 10 SMA on a today 1 minute. UPS at the highs of the day. Let's see what that BioC is doing. We picked up some shares of that. That's starting to climb here as well. That MACD is starting to get a cross up to 72 cents. That was a high risk spec trade we made. But it's still holding that 10 SMA really well on a 3-month daily. It's been, though, retracing down to that 20. I'm showing that on the YouTube screen over here to the right for those of you on Zoom. Let's see. Guys, if you see something on the run there, just let me know in the trade room. We'll take a look at it. Yeah, Jack, I did too. I got the shares on that. I don't think they have options, to be honest. I really didn't check it out. Diamond is still climbing here. Snaps at that 10 SMA right now on a minute chart. UPS is still holding well above the 10 and climbing. And there goes UPS again, another big candle on UPS. Take a look here. She's coming in for 108. And like I said, if we take a look here now on UPS, this is what I'm looking at here. So I'm looking for a break above that. Let's say
PTZ, Papa Echo Tango Zulu.
108.50.
Getting a pop
If
here
we could
again,
break above and
$2.21,
have a body above
PTZ.
108.50, I'm going to be buying. I'd probably put another 5,000 into some UPS calls for next week's expo. I think that could easily get to 100. So $2 climb on that, multiply that by the delta, that'll give you our price change in that option premium, and that'd be our profit on that. So it'd probably be something smaller, like a 20, maybe 30% gain, but still, I'll take a 20, 30% gain all day. Jack Dottie says Roku's having a nice run. And that she is, up 3.9% for the day. That's looking nice. Just had that 1020 cross, Dottie. MACD cross, that's confirmed. That looks good. Let's take a look at the option chain for that. We'll do that on Zoom here. You guys watching on Zoom over here to the left, UPS to the right of this screen here, 107.82.
JAN, Jan 1,
That's a
shares
very
resume
bullish
trading
candle
now.
right now. I'm going to be adding to our UPS trade by the end of the day. So I'm just letting you guys know. I'm going to be looking at the
press release,
June
JAN.
26th Expo on UPS. So if you want to front run it, get in first before I get in. I'm just going to wait, see, make sure we don't have any type of sell-off or any crazy type of news event happen here. And if the markets hold for the next hour or so, I'm probably going to jump in the afternoon here. Let's see, Roku, June 26th Expo 121 call, which is ATM at the money. That's going for theoretical 5.97. So about 6, that's 12. So 123. Our 133 would be our 100%er on Roku. 133. I mean, our next resistance is going to be at 125 and 130 for Roku. I'd say more like 132. So 125 and about 132. UPS is still having a nice run here. Snapchat trades up nicely. Let's see, work is climbing here today as well. Microsoft's having a pop. We're going to take a look at Microsoft soon too. We might be able to do some day trading on that. Count just turned green for the day. Let's see. DraftKings is taking off huge here, guys. Let's take a look at DraftKings quick. Or do you want to go over this Roku trade here, Jack Dottie? To me, it's just these option premiums for Roku are so expensive. I think I've traded Roku a couple of times. You know, if you wanted to do a trade on Roku, this is something that I think would be really a good setup. Buy to open, sell to open. Let's take a look at. So take a look at Roku now, both charts. Let me put that on the YouTube chart and on the Zoom chart for you guys. I'm going to show you guys what you're going to be looking at. So okay, so there we go. We're on a 3-month daily chart now on Roku. As you guys can see, number one, let me get the annotation here on Zoom. Show you guys this. Okay, so there's that 1020 cross, that's check. We have the MACD cross, that's a check. And we have our first candles above the SMA, 1020.50. That's check number 3. So that's a confirmed entry on Roku. You know, just because I don't want to make it doesn't mean it's not a good trade setup. But what I would do here, instead of doing just a regular call, let me see. Okay, so what I would do, I'd look at this option chain and say, hey, you know what? We could pick up the vertical spread here on Roku.
CLSN,
We could get the
Celsius
June
getting a pop
26th
here,
expo, 'cause
$4.67.
it's in breakout
probably
momentum, so
Sandy
usually
November.
it lasts, let's see. Usually it lasts a couple of weeks when she's entering a new cycle. So what we're looking for is something short-term here because we want to collect short-term profits quickly. So we could look at something like the 120, 121 vertical spread for next week. It's only going for 43 cents, 45 cents here to be worth $1. So if you pick that up for 40 cents, divide that by 0.4, that's a max net gain of 150% as long as Roku's above 121, which is only, 30 cents away from where it's at. So 150% gain next Friday as long as Roku's above 121. So you see how much cheaper that is than buying that 121 strike for 560. Then you need it at the strike price plus what you paid. So you need it at 126 just to break even. Another 6, you need it at 130.
AIM Immunotech, AIM granted patent titled methods for improving
Stop.
exercise tolerance in myalgic encephalomyelitis patients. That's AIM Alpha India Michael, AIM Immunotech.
And guys, just to let you know here, I'm watching the Q charts above. Q just broke above consolidation box. If you guys know how to draw that consolidation box on Q's on a today 1-minute chart, it just broke above it. It's in breakout momentum now, and it's just starting the breakout momentum cycle and phase here.
Shares of AIM
AIM
Immunotech getting 257 at the high, now
look, we're only
250. That's Alpha
18
India
cents
Michael.
away now from max gains on Roku. I'm going to go in and see if I can get this. Net debit, let's say 0.45.
Shares up about 3.5% now after that patent news announcement.
I'll pick up 40 contract. Let me see the volume first. Okay, that's not too bad. I'll pick up 30. Let's see if I could get her for 45 cents. And there we go. That was executed. Let's see order status. 5.92 minus 5.47. So it got filled at 45 cents. Partially, though, it's saying, let's see, how many? It filled 17 contracts out of the, what did I put in, 30? Yeah, 30. So a little more than half it filled. So that'll be a nice little swing trade for next week's expo that, based on the chart there, it looks good. It's holding up even when the markets were down. So I like that. Not too bad there. Alrighty. Next one. Let's take a look. Snap Trade's doing well. UPS Trade's doing great. DraftKings is still on the climb. Let's take a look at DraftKings over here. DKNG. Hoffman says Microsoft. Okay, let's take a look at Microsoft too. Microsoft's having a nice run. That's a very bullish candle there on Microsoft. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do here, we talked about Microsoft yesterday easily hitting $200 next week. I'm going to make a trade for next week's expo on Microsoft here.
TZ, TDH Holdings, continuing
Let's take
to
a look at the option chain.
move here after resuming, hit a high around 260.
Now up 500 for today.
Coming up,
Not much, but better than a down day.
at 10 a.m.,
Microsoft June 26th.
the U.S. leading index for
197.50
May,
is dirt cheap here.
plus
197.50.
2.3% expected,
200
and at
strikes
10:30
pretty cheap
natural
as
gas
well.
storage.
Let's take a look at the delta on this chain here and see. Let me add that. So the delta on the 197.50 is about 45.5 cents. Delta June cash burn. They're burning 30 million bucks a day. They're losing.
DLNG, Dynagas, seeing a spike in
All right,
volume.
so
Delta Lima November Golf.
Microsoft here. I'm going to look at the. I'll do the June 26th. I'll pick up 10 contracts. 3.35. Alrighty, there we go.
BOXL,
I am
Boxlight,
in.
getting a pop here to the highs, $1.08.
Microsoft, 197.
BILI, Billy, July 50 calls active now.
For June
Bravo
26th
India,
expo.
Lima India, BILI.
Guys, our Microsoft trade is up really nicely. We're up actually. How much are we up? We're up 42. We're up 45% now on that other Microsoft trade. I'm gonna lock in profits on that. That one's for tomorrow's expo. Remember, we picked that up at the end of the day here, or the end of the day yesterday, right? Sell to close. We got 20 contracts of that. Place trade, and we are out of that trade. So let me show you guys that trade we just did. Order status. All right, so here's the order status of all the trades we made and closed today so far. As you guys can see, we started the day here with the Roku. We just made that second Microsoft trade, and then we closed the Microsoft trade that was expiring this week. So yesterday, what did we buy that Microsoft trade at yesterday? Does anyone remember? I think it was 37 cents. Right.
Shares of Billy getting a pop here, $42 off of that call activity. Bravo India, Lima India. COHN resumes trading. Cohen and Company, 11:35 now on COHN.
Dex said we got in at 33 cents. What did we sell it at here? We sold it at 57. So 0.57, divide that by 0.33. That was a 73% gain if you got in at 33 cents. Dex, did you get in that? Did you sell? I like making these little overnight trades along with some day trades during these volatile market times here. Pretty easy money. That BioC is really taking a run there. Take a look at that BioC we were talking about before. 76. It's up 76.5% now, or 76.5
BIOC,
cents.
Biocept, heavy volume now in BIOC. Bravo India, Oscar Charlie.
Charlie just said heavy volume coming in on that. Let's take a look.
NTNX, Nutanix.
Volume.
Strengthens desktop as a service solution. November Tango, November X-ray, NTNX.
It's probably going to have another big day there. Already up 18% for the day.
HUYA, Huya, weekly 19.5 call sweep. HUYA, CLDR, Cloudera, more call activity. And Charlie Lima Delta Romeo. More July $15 call sweeps and CLDR.
That BioC's up 19% now. Alrighty, let's find some more setups here. I'm looking at the Newswire over here on the other screen. Let me see, Bank of America. We got some January 15th puts coming in. Intel, 65 strike calls for July 17th monthly. They're picking those up for 67 cents a contract. Carnival Cruise Lines, that has earnings today, doesn't it, after the bell? Or was it this morning? I think after the bell. Texas yesterday reported coronavirus numbers at 10:18 a.m. Florida at 10:31 a.m. So numbers are going to be coming up about COVID. So already mentally prepare yourself. If those numbers are big, you're going to see a move in the market. You know, remember yesterday, Texas was up 11% from the previous day. And when those numbers came out, markets had a quick pullback there. Remember you guys were saying, wow, what happened with those big red candles? And then we waited a few minutes, and then that's what showed up on the news feed there, was the COVID cases in Texas. So just get ready, be prepared, because we might be able to make a trade there on some quick puts. Efren, I'm showing that earnings are today for Carnival Cruise Line.
AMZN, Amazon, Valentino say file joint lawsuit against Caitlin Pan Group for allegedly counterfeiting Valentino shoes and offering them for sale on Amazon. That's AMZN.
Amazon soon, one of their vendors, I guess, or sellers.
U.S. Conference Board May leading index plus 2.8%.
Citigroup, there's some put sweeps coming in.
That's versus the
45 put for
2.3%
July
expected.
10th. Gilead, July 17th, 70
SPOT, Spotify, July 2, $230 call sweep. Currently at 212.15. SPOT, Spotify, SPOT.
See, now there's articles starting to come out now from these unemployment numbers. So the big market makers, they're starting to make their newsletters now. And they're saying new jobless claims continue to fall. They turned down the heat and hell. That was the headline of one of the articles that just came out. Obviously, you guys know the unemployment numbers were higher than expected. But they spun it around. New jobless claims continue to fall. That BioC is now up almost 21%. That's just continuing to climb there. And let me see what that looks like on a longer term chart.
HTG Molecular, Hotel Tango Golf Michael popping here. HTGM.
I don't know. Maybe that's just going to be one I hold on to. I mean, it's just recently coming off the lows there. That BioC. And it's not much. I'm watching the Qs up above here. Qs are in the NTZ right now. Diamond isn't doing too much. show you guys over here.
Supreme
what Qs are
Court
doing.
blocks Trump from canceling Obama's DACA program.
Huh. Facebook call sweeps coming in. They're picking up the 260 strike calls for July 2nd. 598 at 68 cents. Microsoft call sweeps coming in. Supreme Court blocks Trump from canceling Obama's DACA program. ExxonMobil, October 16th, 60 strike call sweeps coming in 386 cents.
Axios reporting that DoorDash has raised $400 million in new equity funding, valuing
So
company
Carnival
at
Cruise
$16
Line
million.
got a nice pop there, Paula. I was looking at that on the chart above here to the right. I might make a new trade on Carnival Cruise Line. It's getting a climb off that 20 SMA. I like the looks of it. It's a little premature, but we could have a tight stop on this at $18. Even $18.45 if we wanted to be a little tighter there. Let's see what they're going for. Only thing we have to keep an eye on is this coronavirus. So even if I do like this, I'm going to wait until COVID cases come out here.
SELB, Selecta Biosciences,
CCL
getting a
just
pop
turned
here
green.
again, San Diego Lima Bravo. After announcing earlier collaboration with Sarepta and license and option agreement. That's SELB, now at $2.95, up 17%. SELB. ISEE, Iveric Bio shares at the highs, $5.45. India Sandy Echo company pricing their 24 million share offering at $4.10 and now trading at the highs, $5, just off the highs now, $5.42.
Wow, that BioC's up over 25% now. Up a quick $200 on those 1,000 shares today. Let's see, I don't know if I want to keep those. Our Roku trade's doing great. Roku's at 121.27. We have max gains above 121. She's at 121.26 now, so. Also, what I like to look at there, so from that little climb, if we just picked up that 120 strike call, we'd be up about 10% on that right now. So that's something to think about. That's something if you jumped into, you were in 15 minutes, you made it quick, it's up 11% now. You could have locked that in. Or like I said, if you wanted that spread, you set it early on when you're just starting a new cycle. You guys that have taken classes know, I say when you first start that new cycle, what I usually like to do is an in-the-money spread or an at-the-money spread and let that go for that week, next week, and continue to catch that paycheck from that continuing to climb each week there. And then you could also day trade it or look for something longer term as well. But when it first has that crossover there, I love to do those spreads on them. Qs are getting up to resistance right now from 950 candle, from the 950 a.m. candle. Watching to see if it's going to break that.
GSAT, Global Star,
Diamond's
popping
just
to the
getting the
highs
1020
now. Golf
cross
Sandy
now.
Alpha Tango. GSAT.
Diamond's holding that 20 as well as it did back here when it retraced. And today, 1 minute chart. Here's that 1020 cross coming up. Next green candle would be a confirmed entry here. You have resistance right at 261.24. So next green candle above that resistance would be a confirmed entry with the trade plan. I'm watching Qs. Qs are starting to get that 1020 as well. MACD's already crossed. There's that confirmed entry on Diamond. 1020 cross, just like we were talking about. DraftKings is really taking off here now as well. Snapchat's up 9%. We're up $250 on that. DraftKings we're up $600 on now today. UPS is having that 1020 cross now as well. There goes UPS. Huge candle there on UPS.
LL Lumber Liquidators at the highs now, 1236. Lima. SURF, Sandy Uniform Romeo Foxtrot, gets world patent for anti-IL-12, IL-27 antibodies for treatment of cancer. That's Sandy Uniform Romeo Foxtrot, SURF. That being circulated now. SURF, Surface Oncology, spiking here, $4.86. 10% SURF.
DraftKings holding that 1020. Love to pick something else up on DraftKings for next week. Take a look at the 3-month daily. That is a good looking chart on DraftKings there.
VISL, Vislink,
We'll have
hitting a high of
resistance
83
between
cents.
44 and
Sandy Lima.
45 on DraftKings. So we could capture a quick $2-3 climb on DraftKings there and really make a nice quick penny there. The options for it are pretty cheap. Let's see, you guys are talking about NVIDIA. Let's see what NVIDIA is doing. Cross coming up on that. That really needs to break above that resistance. Let's see here. I'm looking at the news wire, seeing if there's anything good we could take a look at.
UONEK moving here $3.83. Uniform Oscar November Echo Kilo. Urban One UONE shares halted on a circuit breaker. UONE.
More call sweeps coming in on Bank of America. Let's take a look at that quick. Wow, Bank of America is having a big climb there. Take a look at that, up 1.14%. Let's take a look at the daily chart, see if it's something we could get into for a swing. I don't think that's a bad idea. I like that setup on the banks. Even if we do something short term like this week's expo. Bank of America is usually pretty damn cheap. $25.50 for this week's expo. We're going for 28 cents. What do you think? She's continuing to break higher. Thinking about doing that. Maybe June 26th then. They're cheap too. I mean, look at how cheap. 89 cents. I'll do that. I'll pick that up for next week's expo. The banks, even if the market pulls back, banks should be fine. 25.50. 88 cents. I'll pick up 20 contracts. She's continuing to break out there. Now she's at 90. Alright, I'm putting in an order for 89 cents. That was just filled. Just made the trade. Bank of America. Let me pull up that order status.
Report of a magnitude 7.4 earthquake hitting New Zealand. That was earlier.
That BioC is really running, guys. That's up 30% now. Keep an eye on that BioC. It's 82 cents now. Up 30% for the day. I've seen that one move 100% in a day a couple of times. Let's see, ENPH. Our target on Bank of America is going to be, let's see. Target on that's going to be 26. $26 to $27 short-term target. Bank of America trade's already up 4% now. We're up a quick $100 on that. 5% gain on Bank of America. She is having a nice breakout there on Bank of America. So the trade we just got on that was the Bank of America June 26, 25.50 strike calls. We picked those up at 89 cents a contract. They're now at 95. We're up about 6% on that trade right now. Quick $100 already. And that was a small trade of what, $1,700? Should have made a decent sized trade on that one. That one looks pretty good too. That BioC is now up 31% for the day. Diamond's continuing to climb. Diamond's holding that 10-day simple moving average on a today 1-minute chart. Looking good. Q's struggling there between NTZ. Bank of America continuing to climb there. We're already up now 10% on our Bank of America trade. $200 profit. They're talking about Kroger now as well on TV. Kroger down 4%. That'll be a decent trade to make there in the coming days. ENPH for Josh that asked for it in the trade room. Not a fan of it. Don't like it. It's really, I mean, it's in breakdown momentum if that's what you're asking. It's definitely in BDM there, but not one that I'd make a trade on personally. Jack says Oxy. Oxy's looking pretty decent there right off that 20. Still continuing to climb. Nice trend line there. I like Oxy. If you wanted an Oxy trade idea, let's take a look here. Oxy, I'd do July 17th, unless you just wanted to do a quick overnight swing trade on it, and you could do the June 26th. You know, you could definitely do that. I mean, it's at the
The INS
when the stock's
Pinterest
usually at the
January
highs of the
23
day
call
like
sweep,
this.
Papa
Usually it has
India
momentum
November
that
Sandy.
continues into the coming
EINS.
days like that. Havas, because of their projections for the rest of the year, I think they were saying that the worst is behind them and looking good. That's not bad though. Oxy's continuing a nice breakout there. June 26th, the 20 strikes going for about $1.21, but then you need it at $22 for 100%. You see, so you need that stock all the way up here for that 100% next week. You know, to me, it's just like that's a pretty big move, right? So with me, I'm telling you, buy to open, sell to open. You want something less risky, something you don't need to have as big of a move. You could do the June 26th. You can even do the
ISL Vislink, 91 cents to high now. Victor India Sandy Lima.
55 cents to be worth $1. 1 divide that by 0.55. That's still a max net gain of 81.81%. That's not bad for that Oxy trade. So if you wanted to do an in-the-money vertical spread on Oxy, who asked me about that? Was it Havas? Hoffman. Yeah, so Hoffman, this is a nice setup here. You pick it up for 55 cents to be worth $1. That's an 82% max net gain as long as Oxy's above $20 a share.
Speaker
by next
Pelosi
Friday.
to hold a press conference at 10:45 a.m.
Pelosi's coming on 10:45, so be prepared. She's probably going to be talking about Bolton, his book, things like that, and it's probably going to stir up the markets. BioC there, MMY. That's ones that came up on the scan before. Let's see, Colin. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA just had that upgrade too. See, NVIDIA's holding that 10 though. I mean, it's side by side here. You know, it's still trade plan perfection there, but she's just not doing too much lately. Past 3 days. But also remember, the market's down, you know. I think we should easily see 380 on that next week. Let's see. I have a NVIDIA June 19th 375 call. It's not doing much.
Governor Cuomo tweeting now, New York Governor Cuomo, the Trump administration failed to give an adequate reason for ending DACA because there isn't one. Iraq to cut 258,000 barrels per day, more than the OPEC target, OPEC Plus target for September to August.
Yeah, I'm probably going to sell out of that Google spread as well for this week's expo. I'll do that now. Buy to close, sell to close. How many contracts? 10. Expo June 19th. Let me put that down here for you guys to look at.
NVO, Novo Nordisk, successfully completes AM833 Phase 2 trial and Phase 1 combination trial with AM833 and semaglutide in obesity. That's November. Victor Oscar, Novo Nordisk. Shares of Novo Nordisk go off the lows now, 65.76 on that press release.
Let's see, 2.3. So we got out of that around 67 cents for that Google spread. That BioC, I'm debating if I want to hold on to that or sell it for the profit we have. Bank of America trade still doing well. Amazon slowly starting to climb here again.
Coming up at 10:30, natural gas storage. 85 BCF, the consensus.
Thank you, Moses. I appreciate that. SWBI, Smith & Wesson. I remember Umar got into that one way back a couple of weeks ago when it was at, I thought it was like 13 or 14 bucks he got in. That wasn't bad. Nice run on that one. Let's see. Diego said, is Amazon on NTZ? Let's see. So right now on a daily chart, Amazon's just trading side by side here. It's still in breakout momentum. It's just consolidating. On a today 1 minute chart, it is. It's in BDM here. 10 crossing below that 20, and she's not. It's failing to break above that blue 20 here. But that MACD is coming up here. That's ready to cross. So if that gets across and you get a candle above that blue 20, you could look for a day trade on Amazon. We could certainly do that. What strike do you have, Diego? $27.20. Diego, if she drops below 26.42, I'd dump it. If she gets this MACD cross here and starts to climb, I'd hold it. So that'd be my stop if I was in that 26.42 candle below that. I'd exit.
KR Kroger executive says customers are still stocking up, but to a lesser degree than during the shutdowns. That's KR Kroger following their report earlier.
You heard that, right? Kroger said people are still stocking up, but not as bad as they were a few months ago. Bank of America ready for another climb. It's holding that 20. Watching that right here.
Coming up, natural gas storage, 85 BCF expected. $85 BCF, that's in line. 85 BCF in line on natural gas. Natural gas futures now at $1.62. KR Kroger says we do expect sales to continue to taper as Q2 progresses. That's Kilo Romeo.
Bank of America finally getting a candle above that 10 if it could hold. It is. It's a boring market today, Elias. Want to see some moves here. I'm ready to day trade. Diamond's getting a nice candle. Take a look here at Diamond ETF. Look at that candle on Diamond. If we could break above that 261.80, could have a nice run there. Dow's almost green though. Dow's only down 20 now after being down, what, 300 at the lows? Maybe even 400. Dow's only down 13 points now. There goes UPS again, almost at the day's high. Diamonds continuing to run there. Yeah, when's Pelosi coming up? 10:45, right? That negative Nancy's going to ruin the positive trend here. I guarantee you nothing good's going to come out of her mouth. It's going to be about DACA. DACA. Wow, look at the drop here, guys. Here is the drop ahead of Pelosi. Here it comes. So I'm going to be listening to Pelosi here, what she has to say. Watch the markets. As you know, once she's over, it's probably going to climb here again. But for right now, take a watch. Let's see. Wow, look at the size of those candles. There's some volatility coming, I'm telling you that much.
Florida COVID-19 cases rise 3.9% versus the previous 7-day average of 3%.
COVID cases in Florida rise 3.9% overnight compared to the previous 7-day average. Look at that big breakout now, guys. Look at that huge breakout. Wow. What is pushing that? I'm looking everywhere for news here. I think it's got to be the positivity of the COVID cases in Florida only being 3.9%. Bank of America still breaking higher. Our BioC trades up significantly. That's back up 28% now for the day. Our trade's up 27.3%. There goes Bank of America again. Want to see Qs continue that breakout here as well. That's at the 50 SMA right now on a today 1 minute. I'm watching that. Oxy call sweeps coming in. Who asked about that Oxy trade chart? Occidental Petroleum, July 17th, 24 straight call sweeps coming in. 306 picked up at $1.04.5. Micron Technology option alert, October 16th, 42.5 put sweep. Gap option alert GPS, July 17th, 10 strike put. They're picking up puts on the airlines. U1 trading halted again. You guys remember that U1? What is that doing? Wow. Look at that stock up another 58% today. You remember that the other day we were watching it? It was at like 30 some bucks. It pulled back. It's starting to take off again. It's still holding that 10-day simple moving average on a daily chart here, which is amazing, even with that volatility.
DKNG, DraftKings, August 50 call sweep now. Delta Kilo, November Golf.
August 50 call sweep coming in on DraftKings now. Let's see, DKNG. Let's see if that gets a nice pop off of those. There's that 10-20 cross starting to come up. MACD's already crossed on DraftKings. Diamond's still climbing. Qs are still climbing here. We are looking good.
BA, Boeing, Jeffrey says cuts 737 MAX delivery forecast to 45 from 155 for 2020. BA Boeing.
DraftKings, they picked up the August 21st 50 strike calls. They picked 400 up at $4.29. So 429, multiply that by 400. That's a $171,000 trade someone just made on DraftKings calls. That's a big trade for DraftKings. They're picking up Carnival Cruise Line this Friday, 20 strike calls for 45 cents. What is CCL doing? Where is CCL? Jeffrey says Boeing cuts 737 delivery forecast to 45 from 155 for 2020. Boeing's going to take a dump on that. There she goes. Boeing's dropping on that news, guys. That's easy money on Boeing puts. Boeing just announced. Let's see. Boeing. Jeffrey says Boeing cuts 737 delivery forecast to 45. Only 45 jets from 155 they had planned for 2020. And as you can see, that news came out there at 10:38, and at that 10:38, that's right when she started to drop there. If you guys over here are looking at Boeing BA, you could see the same thing. Once that news came out, she had a quick pullback there from, highs of 198 down to 195. Now she's still continuing lower there. Colin said he bought the DraftKings 45 call for August Expo. That's not bad there, Colin. I like it. How much did you pay for it? Let's see. Paula Jean says CLDR Cloudera. Huge volume. CLDR Cloudera. Let's see. 717.15s. Let's see what they're going for. Option chain. Paula, nice to have you back. Let's see here. 7. Wow, look at the volume on those. 78,000 for the 15 strike. So at $17, you have 100% return. Let's see.
NIO, Neo,
daily chart
August $6 call sweep above the ask on Neo, November India Oscar.
I like that, Paula. Did you get in that? I wouldn't mind getting in that Cloudera, the 15 strike. Herd immunity, right? 78,000 contracts. I'll make a small $1,000 trade on it. That's a nice breakout there, and I like going back there. July 17th 's plenty of time there, about a month till Expo, right? I'd probably be looking at a $16 target. Colin said he picked up the July 45 call on DraftKings DKNG. We take a look there. July 17th 45 call, going for about 330. August, going for about 570. I like the August Expo there. I like DraftKings. I think that's going to continue to spike. UPS wants to climb again there, 107.92.
TMUS, T-Mobile shares popping to the highs now, 106.21. Tango Michael Uniform Sandy, TMUS. BA Boeing, Jeffrey said, views the most risk to companies' delivery deferrals around lessors, the Middle East and Latin America backlog. That's BA Boeing.
Boeing failing at that 1020 now again. So if you can see what's been happening with the Diamond ETF here to the left, we had that initial 1020 cross in the morning, and it's just been a shallow climb since then. You know, really within 100 points, which that's pretty low volatility there. Not much to do with moves like that. We're momentum traders, so we're looking for those breakouts or breakdowns. Siegel says Salesforce is looking nice. CRM. Let's take a look at CRM. That's not looking bad. Let's take a look 6-month daily. That's a nice setup there on Salesforce, actually, Siegel. That's a nice find there. It broke resistance right at around 183.27. She's at 185.86 now. Easy 190 target for next week's Expo. Let's see what the option chain's going for with those for next week's on Salesforce. CRM. 185. That's an easy 100%er there. So we could pick up the 185 strike for next week's Expo. That's good. See that? That one's going for about 485 now. Josh, I can't believe you didn't hold on to those. Usually you do. You're a hunter, right? And a fisherman.
SHOP, Shopify, making new highs now, 858.31, up 5%.
Shopify.
Sandy Hotel, Oscar Papa, Shopify.
That's going to be $1,000 stock here in the next few days. I'm going to pick up some Shopify calls for next week's Expo. That's going to have a big run. I mean, she's up 5% now. She's going to hit $1,000.
Earlier, RBC raising the price target to $1,000, a street high on SHOP, Shopify.
Oh, they're not bad. The 860. All right, I'm going to pick up the 860 strike call for next week. I'll pick up 2 contracts. It's going to be about a $7,000 trade. that order is live. It wasn't executed. Let me change. There we go. She just completed. Alrighty, guys. I am in Shopify. I made 2 contracts for next week's expo. This is a decent sized trade here, so I'm going to manage this pretty well. Okay, I got to keep an eye on that. $32.2 was our entry on Shopify. Calling our snap trades in the green. Looking good. UPS is up $150 today. We're up 35% on our UPS trade today. Yeah, UPS had a nice boom there, right? 108.33. Now, if she could get up to like 109, 110 today, I'd be a happy guy. Really happy guy. Our Roku trade's doing really well. Roku's doing great. Snap's doing great. UPS is looking great. Work trade for the October 16th Expo, that's continuing to climb. Remember we went over that yesterday? I told you guys. I said, those of you guys that want to, this is the time to be adding. You guys remember that yesterday, right? Now, she's just breaking out now. She's having another breakout here. This is looking good. Work. Slack. This is
CREX, Charlie Romeo Echo X-Ray, Creative Realities moving here on some volume coming in. CREX. 295 now. Shares up about 6% on CREX.
Our Shopify trade's up $300 already. Wow, look at Shopify taking off, guys. That's going to be a nice trade for us. I think that's going to put me quickly back over the top.
PKI, PerkinElmer, and American Society of Hematology announced global collaboration to help combat sickle cell disease.
My Shopify target for next week is going to be $1,000. $1,000 target for Shopify. Our Shopify trade's now up $400. 6% gain on Shopify, now at $428. What's nice about Shopify is that's going to be one that still continues to climb even when COVID cases climb, because Shopify, they make websites and all that type of stuff, and you could sell things online, so that's going to continue to spike there. I like that setup.
ACST, Acasti Pharma, getting some volume. Alpha Charlie Sandy Tango, ACST.
DraftKings is still climbing too. Still having a nice, slow, steady climb. Diamond pulled back a little bit. Qs did as well. Keeping an eye on those. Shopify trade up 6%.
NNVC,
Back
Nana
up 400.
Vericetes, popping here. November, Victor, Charlie.
UPS holding that 10.
DFFN, Diffusion Pharma, popping here on volume. Delta Foxtrot, November, DFFN.
Yeah, I'm gonna get off of YouTube right now so I can watch Pelosi. She's coming on, so I'm gonna end YouTube first here. I will see you guys on YouTube tomorrow, and hope you guys have a great day. Interested in joining? Come message us, Breaking Chart Alerts Facebook business page, or shoot us a message on the website, breakingchartalerts.com. See you guys on YouTube tomorrow.